Tomás de Rocamora was born in Oran, Nicaragua in 1744. From an early age, Tomás showed a keen intellect and a thirst for adventure. He received a good education, common for someone of his social standing. Yet, Tomás yearned for more than a life confined to the classrooms and drawing rooms of colonial society. The Spanish Americas beckoned with opportunities for glory and advancement. At 16, Tomás decided to embark on a new life across the Atlantic. He set sail for Spain, leaving his homeland to join the Spanish army. This decision marked the beginning of an extraordinary journey that would see him rise through the ranks. Little did Tomás know that his path would lead him to become a founding father of a new nation. Upon arriving in Spain, Rocamora enlisted in the Spanish army. He quickly distinguished himself through his intelligence, dedication, and courage. His rise through the ranks was steady, a testament to his capabilities. He served with distinction in various campaigns, gaining valuable experience in military strategy and leadership. His service took him back across the Atlantic to the Americas, where he was stationed in Guatemala. In Guatemala, Rocamora's talents extended beyond the battlefield. He was appointed to key administrative positions, demonstrating his acumen in governance. He learned firsthand the intricacies of managing colonial territories and maintaining order. This experience would prove invaluable in his later endeavors. However, fate had other plans for Rocamora. News arrived from the southern cone of South America, a region brimming with both opportunity and unrest. In 1769, Rocamora received orders to transfer to the Viceroyalty of the Rio de la Plata. He arrived in Buenos Aires, a bustling port city on the verge of transformation. Rocamora, with his experience and ambition, quickly made an impression on the local authorities. He was a man of action, accustomed to challenges, and eager to prove himself. Under the watchful eyes of Viceroys Pedro de Ceballos and Juan José de Vertiz y Salcedo, Rocamora was entrusted with increasing responsibility. He excelled in each assignment, whether it involved fortifying defenses or organizing expeditions. His ability to navigate the complex social and political landscape of Buenos Aires marked him as an astute leader. Rocamora began to understand the strategic importance of the lands east of the Uruguay River, known as Entre Ríos. The eastern banks of the Uruguay River, present-day Uruguay, had long been a source of tension between the Spanish and Portuguese empires. The Treaty of Madrid in 1750 attempted to define the borders, but enforcement was difficult. Recognizing the strategic vulnerability and economic potential of Entre Ríos, Viceroy Vertiz tasked Rocamora with leading an expedition to secure the territory. His mission was threefold: to strengthen Spanish control, to promote settlement, and to establish lines of communication and defense. In 1783, Rocamora set out from Buenos Aires with a contingent of soldiers, settlers, and Jesuit priests. Their journey took them up the Paraná River, charting the waterways, mapping the terrain, and establishing contact with the indigenous communities. Rocamora understood that securing the loyalty or neutrality of the native inhabitants was essential for the success of his mission. Rocamora's expedition was not merely a military campaign, it was an exercise in nation-building. He understood that establishing a lasting Spanish presence required more than forts and garrisons. Following the course of the Uruguay River, Rocamora selected strategic locations to establish new settlements. In 1783, he founded Gualeguay, named after the Gualeguaychú River. He then moved further south, founding Concepción del Uruguay, strategically located at the confluence of the Uruguay and Gualeguaychú rivers. Finally, in 1783, he founded Gualeguaychú, further solidifying Spanish control of the southern reaches of Entre Ríos. Rocamora selected sites that could serve as centers of agriculture, trade, and defense. He oversaw the distribution of land to settlers, encouraging them to cultivate the fertile soil and establish trade links with Buenos Aires. Rocamora envisioned these settlements as the building blocks of a new society, integrated into the fabric of the viceroyalty. Rocamora was not content with simply founding settlements. He was determined to see them thrive. He understood that the success of Entre Ríos depended on establishing a stable and just system of governance. He implemented policies designed to promote economic development, social cohesion, and a sense of shared purpose. He encouraged the development of agriculture, particularly the cultivation of wheat, corn, and livestock. He promoted trade, establishing links with Buenos Aires and encouraging the export of Entre Ríos' agricultural products. Rocamora supported the establishment of schools and churches, working closely with Jesuit priests. Rocamora's approach to governance was characterized by a blend of pragmatism and idealism. He believed in the power of reason and the importance of progress, while also being acutely aware of the challenges of governing a frontier society. By the late 1780s, Rocamora's efforts had transformed Entre Ríos from a sparsely populated frontier region into a burgeoning province. Towns were taking root, agriculture was flourishing, and trade was expanding. However, the political landscape of the viceroyalty was shifting, impacting Rocamora's career and the fate of his projects. In 1784, Viceroy Vertiz, Rocamora's patron, was replaced by Nicolás del Campo, Marquis of Loreto. The new viceroy had his own priorities and political allies. Funding for Rocamora's projects in Entre Ríos dwindled as resources were diverted to other areas. Despite these setbacks, Rocamora continued to serve the crown with unwavering loyalty. He was appointed to important positions, including governor of Corrientes and military commander of Montevideo. However, the seeds of change had been sown, with Creole elites inspired by the French Revolution beginning to agitate for greater autonomy. The year 1810 marked a turning point in the history of the viceroyalty of the Rio de la Plata. News of Napoleon's invasion of Spain and the subsequent overthrow of the Spanish monarchy created a power vacuum in the colonies. In Buenos Aires, Creole revolutionaries staged a bloodless coup, deposing the viceroy and establishing a provisional government. This event, known as the May Revolution, marked the beginning of Argentina's struggle for independence. Rocamora, now a seasoned veteran, faced a momentous decision. Should he remain loyal to the Spanish crown or side with the revolutionaries? His decision was swift and decisive. Rocamora sided with the revolution, pledging his allegiance to the newly formed government and offering his services to the cause of independence. His experience, military acumen, and unwavering patriotism proved invaluable to the fledgling Argentine nation. Tomás de Rocamora died in Buenos Aires in 1819 at the age of 75. He didn't live to see the final victory of the independence movement he supported. He did, however, witness the birth of a new nation and played a pivotal role in its formative years. His legacy in Argentina, particularly in the province of Entre Ríos, is profound. The cities he founded, Gualeguay, Concepción del Uruguay, and Gualeguaychú, stand as testaments to his vision and leadership. More than just a founder of cities, Rocamora is remembered as a builder of communities and a champion of progress. His name adorns streets, plazas, and institutions throughout Entre Ríos, ensuring that future generations will remember his contributions to the region's development.